Hey guys, welcome in. Welcome back. Bike and cat. Pets for both. The fuck? Hey Jaylee, thank you for the fucking rib sub. The all I could see was like the dancing emotes for a second there, and because it like inverts itself in color for me, I'm just like, wait a minute, is the whole thing able to invert because of this thing? And yeah, my brain just didn't catch up for a second. Thank you. Yeah, I'm kind of like pretty sore and still a bit tired. I meant to like wake up at 4 in the afternoon. I only woke up at like 9. So yeah, that was a few hours late. I'll be receiving pat smiles. Look, all this ass shaking going on in here. Actually, I should have some tail wags now. I think I have a few people's tail wags that I can put in. I needed to show kill on that. Pretty sure I've got more than one. Yeah, no, I've got at least 2. Hold on a second. I looked at this the other day and I'm like, I actually have a few, but some of them are still attached to the creature. What else have I got? For some reason at the moment I have like a lot of gifted subs to various people, which is crazy. But yeah, I've got like 3 tails at the moment. I've got like more that's like attached to bodies and stuff, but some of them are doing weird shit, so leave that. Said wagging tail happily. No. Yeah, no, there's tail wags. That's one thing that I need to do eventually, because obviously I have like a cat girl form. I can have like a cat tail wagging, which would be nice. But I'll get to that eventually. Oh man, I am hella yawning. So fucking should get into tonight because I'm already like late and shit. But thinking that the best way I can kind of semi-prevent... I don't know if that was my last night save. Hold on. I actually need to like check which one I clicked on. I don't usually have like 70 things above like my topmost things, but this was above my test one. So when I load in, I just got to check quickly. Is this a side wagging tail happily? Something by full flushes yawning? No. I don't mean to make you yawn, Viking. It'll look like my regular one, but it is not. And that was a previous extra save. That was the extra backup. Yeah, no. I just wanted to check that because I'm like, I know I had to test like a bunch of stuff for 1.6, and my only thought process was that because one of my mods wasn't working on it yet, and I don't know if they've updated it, I don't know if they will update it, I'm going to put as much food as I can in here as I can. So I'm not sure why I had like I have like little I know why I was confused by my save. Also welcome in, Dan. Thank you for follow. I know why I was confused by my save. I had pre-saved a bunch of stuff to go on the trip. How much was that? Package survivor meals. 500. That would be almost perfect if I was sending it out to the next location. But I actually want to pre-storage stuff in here. So I'm going to cancel that. Because these ingredients here, they're like exactly what I need to just kind of like set up blueprints at the new location, which I've whittled it down to two locations now. So yeah, it's Viking. Smells sneezes being pooped right so happily. Can you floor? No. I've like just non-stop wagging in here. I was gonna say I'm like just reminds me of like Mupp with the wiggles and stuff when he does like these ones. But yeah, so my thought process was that because I've tested it going to 1.6, and what basically happens is because I've got deep stacks, one of the very few mods that I've got that actually do something. Like here, we've got like a stack of 1,000 and stuff. When it goes to 1.6, if the mod isn't working, we will have this shit happen. So previously when we went from 1.3 to 1.5, I didn't know that the mod wasn't working. And yeah, we lost a whole shit ton of resources immediately because all these stacks of like 1,000 just disappeared off the map. So we lost a huge amount of food and wealth and all sorts of stuff. Especially since we'd only just moved into our previous base and we had everything just like on the ground in storage and shit. So yeah. What another Australianism? And a tanny. I mean, I know some people like say that, but like only just throwing a tantrum. Only the people that say like throwing a tanny or something like that would be like have kids and shit. But yeah. Pretty much my thought was if I could put as much excess food in here as I could to prevent the 1,000 stacks from disappearing, we might be able to shore up our food and maybe our chem fuel. I'm going to take a bit of food off the map for the moment. Like, it's not going anywhere, by the way. It's just going to sit in these. But these transport pods can hold up to 150 kilos. So, yeah. Might you set the stack sizes and mod settings? Probably, but I can't change anything once the game started, so it doesn't matter even if I could. Oh yeah, you can only have 500 of that at the most. Yeah. This is a closed mods playthrough. Whatever I've set up on the day of the beginning of the game starting is the conditions for the rest of the playthrough. If I could just flip the conditions around all throughout this, we could have a wild fun party about like making it so super easy depending on whatever situation's going on, but I don't do that bullshit. So we just gonna have to like stockpile whatever we can in here and try to prevent it from just disappearing. That is part of the challenge of what I'm doing. I need to also put in some of that. So if I can reduce them, I'm not saying that they're gonna pick up the 1,000 piles and reduce them, but they might. Or they might be able to eat some of the rest of whatever's laying around. I don't have a huge amount of food, but what else have I got? There's chem fuel I've got to put away as well. I have caravans that are outside, and I have caravans that are waiting to go, and I think that I've got to merge those when they go outside. So I've stowed away a lot of the food. I got to stow away some of this chem fuel, because otherwise it disappears too. And the wood. Like, this is actually only something that, like, I wouldn't have known this if I hadn't have already had one version update already. And I think when the version updated last time, by the time I noticed what had happened, it was too late. I'd already saved over everything. So I couldn't undo what had been done. But this time, because I saw what it did, because it, wherever the thing is, it did this again. When I tested 1.6, right, it just dropped all of my resources down. And I'm like, why is it doing that kind of thing? And I had a look at it. And I'm like, oh, I went back and watched my videos. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, it did the same thing there. But, yeah, I can actually kind of like try to do something to resolve it. Not saying it's going to fix it, but like I've got like a shit ton of wood and all sorts of stuff. I think I was going to make like a... what do you call it? Chem fuel. I don't know if I actually made a chem fuel thingy. We'll find out. I probably should chuck some of the herbal medicine in there too. There's that should be fine. I shouldn't be too heavily stacked. I did lose a lot of steel and shit. Lol, I could just put all the steel in there. I don't care too much about the uranium and stuff. Actually, you know what? No, I shouldn't be like stowing everything in there. I'll fix it up. Set back to vanilla size just get through 1 point thing. No. Like I said, if that was the case, then I could bring in and change, like, if I had anything and everything available connected to my game at the start, I could just change whatever settings I wanted throughout, and that would just, it's not like adhering to the parameters of the playthrough, you know? So, the same thing for Diablo. A lot of people have suggested when I'm playing Diablo to just, you know, turn away and use teleportation and stuff like that to resolve issues. And quite frankly, like, if you don't understand the purpose of the parameters of the playthrough and why the playthrough is as hard as it is because of them, like, yeah, that's when it's like a not my problem kind of thing. I should be able to throw in as much gold in there. I don't think I'm going to lose that kind of gold and silver and stuff, but it can sit in there. Gonna clean and stuff. We'll be back. These transferring pets gives dinosaur bone to bargain. Nice. So just worried about book saves due to mods. Yeah, no, everybody else has pretty much got the issue of like what kind of what do you call it? Like mods are not gonna be working and stuff like that. But I do feel like a lot of people are just gonna start from 1.6, like the whole point is that you start with a fresh map to resolve any of the issues and stuff. Oh yeah, that's already at 150. But the thing is too, the 1.6 maps only apply when you have a 1.6 game file thing, a new tile thing. So when 1.6 updates, my tile is not magically going to have the new settings of like how, like, the water does ripple. It will do that rippling shit, which slows the fuck down. But like it won't have the specially cut out new water shapes. It doesn't have the whatever the fucking dynamic landscape shit is, stuff like that. Like it doesn't automatically have that. A lot of the stuff on my map will suddenly start doing stuff, like all the chickens and shit, they will start flying and stuff, which will also absolutely crap on this tile as well, because I have like fucking how many? I've got 84 chickens and I've got 61 ducks, so when they all take flight it's going to shit itself a little bit. So we can pretty much expect when it updates my game's going to be a lot worse until I can fully get us off here, just like with Quillen. So yeah, fun times to come. If you guys had a problem with the speed of it, you're going to have a real problem with the speed of it. And then when we move to a new tile, that will be 1.6 tile, and it will have all the new dynamic landscapes and all the shit applied to it and stuff. So yeah, which is why I think that a lot of people that have got the existing saves, I really feel like a lot of them are just going to dump it out and play with the new one. Plus also a lot of people want to play on the new biomes and shit too. So yeah, really water could be turned off settings or something. A make mod turns it off. Well, there probably will be a mod that turns it off, but I mean for the average person, like if for instance myself and Andre's bunny map, right, had water. We had like a big patch of water on our thing. I don't think there's going to be too many people that are playing with a large section of water on their map. But the way that this is kind of going, like it's got a little bit of movement to it, but like not much. In the same way that the flowers have got like a little tiny bit of movement to them, and the grass and stuff, but not much and stuff. But then when it goes to rippling, it's got to process like all of this, plus unfortunately by the time it comes in and runs, I actually have like a full crop by then. So yeah, I have like all of my plants wiggling as well, plus the water. The only part of my map that isn't moving is the dirt and the sand, and the limestone over there. But yeah, it basically makes the entire map move, more or less, which is not a problem if you've probably got like 5 or so people in your colony. But obviously I've got like 280 odd, so plus like fucking 500 odd animals. So it's quite a lot, especially since all the chickens and ducks and stuff that I have existing on my map. It's not like I've got like 5 or 10 or something like the average person to update. I have like, you know, nearly 200 birds on my map to update, so it will like have a bit of a stroke about it, unfortunately. But I think once we start getting some saves beyond that, I can't say for sure because at the time I still had this map and 1.6 location, and it still was a bit heavy, but once we fully move to 1.6, any of the performance shit that the game's bringing will change it, you know. Let's see, what am I putting here? Got about 900 gold, got some silver and stuff. I'm trying not to overfill things, but I also kind of wanted to just be able to build one on its own, but I think I'm going to have to build another one of these, like here or something. I don't want to take up my corpse pile area, so maybe we just take out, like here, kind of thing. That'll do. Kind of give it a little protected spot. If we can get that built, I don't really need that many transport pods though, but I've got to have a look around, because the other thing too is for some reason I lost a lot of wood, and I don't know why. Oh well, that might be why. That those 2 piles, the ones that are over 1,000. Let's see, we've got that on its own is a problem. Yeah, all right. Yeah, because I have a shit ton of wood, right? And I made biofuel refineries to make chem fuel, which I think I've put as a limit anyway. So, like, if I can make a shit ton of chem fuel, it doesn't matter too much. I will still stockpile. One of these has got wood to go into it. That one's doing steel. Steel is pretty important. Hold on. I haven't seen it fully freeze for a while. I don't know what the fuck hit that. Let's have a quick look at what the hell just drew all of its resources. I'll tell you what the other thing too is, what is drawing my resources? Ah, fuck off Discord. Yeah, so when I tested 1.6 update, so everybody's carrying on about how great the start time is. It actually takes longer for my core game to open than it previously did when I tested the unstable 1.6 versus 1.5. I thought that was really funny because only the people with like the fuck ton of mods are finding a performance enhance with that. And I'm like, oh, it's actively making it worse for the people that don't have all this stuff. But it's like, it's not that big of a change, but it's noticeable. Like if you're used to how quick your game can open, like the core game players and stuff, you'll notice. But yeah, I just thought that was a really funny one because everybody's like, oh my god, it's so quick. And I'm like, it takes longer though. All my animals are up here stealing my packaged survival meal because somebody won't bring them inside. Can you haul that inside? Because my animals don't have reservations to it. I had like 500 out here and now we've lost like 20. That's fine, as long as I can get people to keep coming back out here. So I don't really want a heap of transport mods around the place. Like, stowing away a few simple meals isn't gonna be much. The chem fuel and the wood and stuff like that, that's pretty important. Who is having the punch up? Oh, you two. I was gonna say, I'm like, I can hear somebody having a hit. Transport pods complete. Alright. Be our steel stowed away. The other thing, of course, is I can make individual items and I don't lose those. So, yeah. I do want to make sure that chem fuel gets stowed away, steel gets stowed away. Those two are really important. Food is really, really important as well. Bloody hell, pigeon. They're already being carried. It's fine. I also need to check on the caravan that's here as well. There was one. There. Might be one or two caravans, actually. I gotta check that. No eggs. Happily smiling. Receives pads. Looks down. It's a bone to its head. No. I wouldn't be too concerned. I'm more worried about where Cat keeps getting the dinosaur bones, honestly. Like, he seems to just have, like, access to them. One person's mentally broken in that, but that looks like that's the majority of that caravan. Naomi's recreationally deprived. She should be fine. The other thing too is I'll probably end up bringing in a whole heap of food because, like, I've already got like a fuck ton of rice coming in. I could stow that away. Like I said, this isn't necessarily going to be a fix for my issue, but I could see it being useful, at least to hold on to everything temporarily. Just to try it, because, like, in the worst case scenario, I don't think this is going to cause my colony value to dip. It might have, maybe. Like it's gone down a little bit. I did sell some things too, I'm pretty sure. But what else we got? We have a CAG. You two have got injured. The other thing too is I did as much upgrades and shit like that as I could to all my people. Like Bionics and all that sort of stuff. I have like a lot of those spare. I kind of got to get some of these into things. My only other thing too is I don't actually want the transport pods. Like the extra ones that I'm making. So it's going to cost me some steel. I'm probably not going to get all of my resources and components and stuff back out of it. But it will also put that somewhere tangible for the moment. So, like, I don't give a shit if I lose like 9,000 limestone blocks. A cold snap, really? That's not going to help us. What month are we in? We're in fall. Okay. Well, that's going to absolutely wreck. I have to grab all the heaters. I guess I do have like a few fireplaces on at the moment. So it's not the worst thing that could happen. I don't have any heaters on the top side of my map, I don't think. I've only got fireplaces up here. So I guess we're about to get like 10, I'd say 20 degrees hotter. Make it 20 degrees hotter. Oh, fuck it, make it 30. They'll roast for a moment and then it will get warmer. But I've only got as many fireplaces as I do, and do I have the animal ones on? So that's a good question. I don't even have a fireplace in here. Okay, for the moment I would say we could probably turn that off. I don't think they're going to need the cooler in there. And I think they could probably do with a couple of heaters. Because this is a pretty large room. And if they leave one of the doors open, they're pretty much screwed. But yeah, turning off the heater so it's not frigid in there. I don't have a huge amount of warm clothing for them yet. It's fall, right? So it's not quite up to winter. It's going to kill off probably a lot of my ducklings and chickens. Probably. It's going to completely wipe out my outdoor crops though. So I would say probably don't replant this at the moment. This is a small issue, realistically. Like losing all of my crops. I wanted to select my things. I want to select my things without getting my grow rooms. There you go. That'll help. I'm going to turn off sowing them. There you go. I don't know if I got internal rooms then. No. Alright. Because this should allow them to focus on what we do have indoors. But we will lose, like, probably the majority of these crops outside. This is wagging tail. I'm hoping that you're only, like, sneezing because you got booped. You're not, like, catching something. That would suck if you caught something in summer. You lot. Yeah, no, all of that's changed over. That one's changed over. Okay. I think I got the majority of the grow rooms. Grow areas, I should say. These areas down here should still be fine. Yeah, that's still green. Green. Okay. So we should still have indoor grow areas getting grown. And the hydroponics inside the room should like hold up. Hopefully. So as long as it's not like roastingly hot at the minute. That's going to be very, very cold. You know, it looks like they're all kind of a good-ish temperature. Cool. Okay. She said left to right, I can tell happily. Looks at pollen. Oh man. Is it the fucking hay fever stuff again? I remember you got that really bad, I think last year. And you're sneezing for ages. How's the pigeon doing? Because they look like they're trying to get to hospital. Apparently in no immediate danger, but they might want to go there. I actually don't really mind the fact that we're going to get a cold snap because, like, it is going to take a lot of my crops off the map, which, you know, I shouldn't really be excited about that, but that's like a moving thing and it's a capacity of storage issue in both cases. So the other thing I could do is I could build a transport pod literally in this room, not for the purpose of it actually going anywhere, but just for the purpose of it storing. Also, by the way, the animals are still on this. It's not for them. Delacruz, I need you to come back. Then green afterwards. Because my people are just leaving this outside, and I mean, that is definitely one way to get it gone, but see if McJolly can move it. I don't know how much of it they've taken inside, but they definitely are leaving out a huge chunk of it. Alright, like, all the animals are just automatically reserving it, so my people aren't registering it as something that needs to be moved. But we'll get it inside. I get Tomboy to grab it next. Down to like 100 or so. Muffalo's honestly a bit closer. Maybe grab Jane. Yeah, no. It's not yours, cow. I hate how they come over and they start eating it, and I don't know how much of it they get. I know my caravan's idle outside. So they have got... They have most of the stuff I want to move with. But I've got one more caravan I want to get out and merge with them. Have a massive caravan going together. Which is this one, but I've got one person mentally wandering in it. I don't think it's stone. I thought it was pigeon that was mentally wandering before. What? Fucking rest in the hospital. I legitimately don't need you to do fire duties at the moment. I love how sometimes they're just like, you know what? I'm absolutely basically destroyed, but I'm gonna go and put that fire out. Alright, I gotta keep on this too, because my animals are back over here. I do want to continue doing the loading. Sam, mate. All that. It's down to 64, I think. Yeah. Alright, there we go. All the food's gone back inside. I probably lost